Okay. How do I? Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah. This is Woven's first time going live.
Okay.
What I wanted to do was just tell people a little bit about Woven and who we are and who Woven International is, and then talk to you about your involvement in Woven,
Okay.
talk to you about how Jonah's been going, and then next step.
Okay.
So I don't know if a lot of people know, but you've kind of been involved with Woven since the beginning.
Okay.
Woven started in 2020 here in Minnesota, and we started to build a network and working with folks locally and then also internationally. And part of that international focus, we've now gone with working with you. And so I wanted to ask you a little bit about how Jonah's been going.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's so far we are selected for three. We have been selected for three film festivals. It's more good. Like it's from different part of the world. First we selected in England, then we selected in India, then we have been selected in America. So so far so good, and the journey is going on, and I love it actually.
Mm-hmm. And what inspired you to create Jonah? What inspired you to work on this film?
So I'm from Balochistan, so we are suffering from all this torture cells and political disbalance in our region, in our country. So a lot of my friends are missing, and since years, I wanted to do something for them through my paintings, through the writing, and but it is not reached to every single person. Like I, because when you create something like painting, there is certain amount of people, they just understand what you're creating. But I wanted to do something, to create something for them, to show to the world how they are how we are suffering with all that uh, enforced disappearances by the military of Pakistan. And it was so hard for me to do something. Like I already wrote something about that issue like 10 years ago, but I still was in Pakistan, so it was very impossible, like literally impossible to create something there. And then that project was always in my mind. And then I was continue to creating something related to them, to show their pain, our pain actually, how they feel in cells, torture cells. Then they come out and what they suffer. So when last year the idea come in my mind, then uh, actually, I already wrote a story, but it's not that Jonah one. It was like, if I say it is the first episode of Jonah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it prequel, if I say. But one day there was I have a friend, he also the victim of torture cell. He was got tortured, really. He had been in torture cells. So he posts something like in a story, a question on Instagram. He asked like, he asked, what would you like to ask a person who just come out from torture cell? What will be your first question to ask to them? So that thing really clicked me. I was writing something like I have a like idea of something, but it was not written in screenplay or something. So I just asked him directly instead of write the question. I directly asked him, and his name is Nasir Azim, and I also thanks him in my film. So I said, if you want to talk about what happened to you, and you can talk with me if you want. So he talked to me about is what happened to him. So basically, there is always the same things happen with almost every, how they torture, how they do things to the people. And he said me something, so I started to note down everything. Then I will try to convert in next day. I just try to convert it in a screenplay, and that's all. I started to do that.
And why did you choose now to do it? Like, what was the push for you to want to be able to want to create that?
It's not, I don't think so. It's about now, before, or later. I think it something just happened. So it just happened. Like I feel to do it. The art is always, you need to feel it. It's not something, my film is like it's not about something commercial. It's not like a Bollywood movie. You have got some certain amount of money, like some millions of dollars, and you have to do a film, and you have to do it. It's something come from your belongs. It's something come from your heart. Then you just go on it, and you feel to do it. You have to do it, and I feel to do it. Then I did it. I started to engage the things. Then when I
To shoot Jonah, how long did it take you to shoot Jonah?
uh, I think 13 or 14 hours, like half day, little more than half day. So I started to, when my screenplays were ready, so I talked with my friends, and then I directly talked with you about it. So you got interested in it, actually. You said WOVAN is working on that things and discrimination and everything. So you said I can produce it. So that really encouraged me to do something. It's not a mega budget movie, but you need some amount to do something. So you got in it. Then it was really good moment for me. Then I got like, now I can do it. So for at least, I think for some days I was searching for an actor, but I got failed. And then you said me if you try to do it, but problem was that my entire team is in Karachi, Pakistan, so they are not here. So it is like filmmaking is a very team based job, team based business. You can't just get a camera and do it. It's not like a documentary. You can do it even alone. Filmmaking is very different. You need a squad, you need a team. But you just encourage me to do, like you said, you just try. If you fail, just delete it. Then you have to wait. But the story of Jonah was so involving, and it so belongs to me. So like belongs to us, like Baloch people. Me means Baloch people. So it all things, like when you started to do something, the all universe started to like bring things to you, and you started to do things.
I remember when you said you were going to shoot Jonah, and then I talked to you later that day, and I was like, how did it go? When you shot Jonah, you're like, oh, I didn't feel like doing it. I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, I remember.
And I felt so bad. And then I was like, it's okay. You can do it another day. And you're like, no, I'm just kidding. I shot the whole thing in one day. I thought was so. So what was your favorite? Because for me, like, I see you as a cinematographer. Cinematography is like your strongest art form, in my opinion. That and your photography. That's my opinion.
Thanks.
Like acting when you don't feel like that's your strongest point?
I think cinematography. I'm more in it. It's something I like. I feel to do it. It's always about feel, but I can do even other things like editing. It is actually the first film I directed. I was always I have been directed like more than 100 video songs in my region in Balochistan. So it was first time I was directing, but I think I feel more good and comfortable with the cinematography.
Mm-hmm. So what was it like acting then? What was acting?
Well,
You
I'm the
to dig
last.
out.
I'm 11th hour actor actually. I did some project before Jonah, but as always 11th hour actor, and I just if an actor was not coming, so the director or the ads there just run away, and I give my availability to them, and I try to, but I think acting is not my job.
I thought you did great.
Yeah, I thank you so much, but I think it's something I will choose the last
We
one in filmmaking
maybe
personally.
want to act again.
Sorry, I didn't hear you because
Want to act again? Would you act again in something?
I don't know. Maybe someone will cast me something. If I see I can feel to do it, then I will. Probably I will.
Yeah. So what's the most feedback that you've gotten since? I know that with the Swift Film Festival, we had feedback where they nominated you for Best Short Film. So that was really exciting.
Yeah.
And they did cinematography. So that was like professional feedback on your cinematography. What about personal feedback? Have you gotten feedback from people that have watched it and felt really touched by it or touched by the story and told you about that?
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of torture cell victims. They just messaged me. They also commented on my video, and they said, "How you just feel it?" Because I never been in any torture cell, but having your friends, it make you feel that way, like
Right.
uh, like family members, your friends. They have been there, then you have that feeling. If you are really a human being, if you just don't care and you don't care. So there, I got a lot of feedback from that torture victims. They asked me directly, how you can just portray in that way. It's so like they said, we really feel that way. How you are showing in Jonah, the way you got it, we really feel it. They really appreciate it, and for me it's more important that person which relates that film their lives. It's their comments, their compliments are most important thing for me, more than any word, more than any money, and more than any selection or nominee.
Because I know we talked like when we came up with that tag, that line of Jonah, where it's, for those who survived, there is Jonah.
There is Jonah.
On focusing on survivors.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's why WOVAN was so, and myself, we were so connected to the project because I've been working with victims and survivors of domestic sexual violence, sex trafficking, human trafficking for about 15 years here. And I also, when we produced Jonah and we worked with you, I had quite a few survivors messaging me, emailing me, telling me that they could really relate
Yeah.
to effects of what that character was going through after that incident. And so it kind of encapsulated a lot of people that survived violence in any way,
Yeah.
not state sanctioned violence, but also domestic violence or sexual violence, sex trafficked or being labor trafficked. And so I think